Yes, it is.
Hi, Jody. My name is John Collins from Environment Parks. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thanks, John. Just one. It was John, sorry, John Parks?
No, John Collins.
John Collins. Okay, sorry, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just calling regarding you at calling yesterday. Just do I want another number?
I had called last Friday,
Oh, okay.
and I haven't heard back from anybody, so I thought I would phone again.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, I can. I just wanted to chat with you about that call, and
Okay.
so your full name is Joey St. Jean, is that correct?
I reported it as Jody Foster.
Okay.
This is my married name,
Oh, okay.
but I don't really think it's important.
Well, we need to keep our call center current, right, and our calls current.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to make sure we're getting all the information correct. So,
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. So, the call sheet I have in front of me here is you've got concerns that trees everywhere for 100 kilometers are brown and losing their leaves. There's also no bees anywhere. Is that correct?
That's part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Every tree surrounding Edmonton is sick with something. The same thing happened last year. I contacted you guys last year at just about the same time. It's actually earlier this year, though.
Okay.
And I was told in October that it was fall degradation. And not to worry, everything would be okay this spring.
Okay.
So in the spring, the trees never leafed out properly. We lost about 1/3 of the trees in our area, and I would say 1/4 of them around the city and in the city of Edmonton. And if they're not dead now, they will be next year.
So where are you getting all this information from with your numbers, Jody? I'm just curious. Is this just a visual estimate, or are you getting some?
Okay. I won't give you any numbers then. The trees are all very sick. Every plant living in this area is sick.
So do you
Their
think
immunities are being weakened.
And what do you think that could be from?
I think it could be toxins in the environment.
Okay, that's a fair enough statement. Do you think it could be anything to do with the recent drought conditions we've had?
No, I don't, because this same thing happened last year. And we haven't experienced a drought where I am this year. Okay? A matter of fact, it seems that where there is water, the trees are suffering even worse. So if you go around the little ponds and swamps, you'll see, a 20-foot area where all types of trees are flashed out dead in 1 year. And at this point, we have all the trees with showing signs of being sprayed with pesticides. Something has got onto them, or they have sucked up something. They're losing branches. They're snapping off at the base, even though they're fully leafed out. They look healthy. And this isn't just 1 or 2 trees. This is thousands of trees, thousands and thousands of trees, and all different types. And this is the same thing that happened last year. And when I started phoning in July, nothing was done until October. And I was told that it was fall degradation. Well, here we are in July again, and there's been no frost. There's been nothing that would cause fall degradation. All the trees are sick again. And it just seems nobody's reporting on it. And you guys don't want to investigate it, and I don't understand that.
Okay, that's fair enough. So we normally do investigate these sorts of incidents, right? We can definitely look into this, but I guess when you call in and says, caller says there's trees everywhere dead for 100 kilometers, like how do you expect me to attempt to
far. If you want to go out the city on 97th Street, all you have to do is go up to the airbase, turn around, go back to the city. It's not even a mile out of the city limits. And you will see devastation. These trees are standing dead. And anybody that has any knowledge of plants in the forest would see that.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we can look into that further, Joey. So, but I can do my best to try and help you out, and I can send you.
You're not helping me out. You know what? I've got vast knowledge on forest health, tree health, plant health, what they look like when they experience drought. These plants aren't experiencing drought. This is sad. It is so sad that people would try to suggest that.
Well, what happens if they're, at their lifespan? What happens if an aspen tree's lifespan is 90 to 100 years old?
It's funny that you mention the aspen, because they're the hardest hit in this area. Now, all the trees from Edmonton all the way out to West Lot aren't the same age, yet they're all sick or dead.
Yeah.
This isn't one place, and it's the same as last year. I hopped all over the place for you guys 3 times, gathering samples. I was told that they would be tested. And 3 times you didn't test, and then said fall degradation. Now here we are a year later, that something could have been done in this past year to find out what is wrong. And I'm so sad that you're the ones that are supposed to be protecting our environment. And you're brushing these things off as drought. Drought usually means that there's no water. You need to take a drive outside of Edmonton. There's lots of water. I've been through a drought. I lived here 2002. I've seen what drought does. This isn't drought. This is chemical, and it's obvious. And if anybody would do their job, every tree that's cut down has a rotten center.
Do you believe that's from chemicals too?
I do believe so. I believe that they're sucking up because the ground is becoming toxic. But I'm not the one that's supposed to be making the suggestions. That is why you have educated and experienced staff on board. I don't know why you guys ask me every time. What I believe.
Well, I'm just trying to follow up, Joey. I just got the call sheet in front of me, so...
Well, I'm just, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated.
Well, I'm very sorry you're frustrated, but I've never talked to you before, have I? So I'm just trying to get some information, and I will do my best to follow up, and we'll try to get back to you in a timely manner, like all my staff do, but...
That's not true. Your timely manner was October from July last year. That wasn't timely. And a matter of fact, there's other files where if you guys had gone out and actually looked, you'd have seen that there had been an offense done. But you chose not to go.
Well, do you know that for a fact?
I do. I have other files with you. And one was June 20th, 2013. And I called you right from the highway. And I told you that they were spraying in high winds. But nobody did anything. And nobody's still done anything. They killed a complete bush line. June 20th, it would have been full of birds. Like, there's just no regard. And nobody investigated anything on that. I sent you videos, I sent you pictures, you had an address, you knew that right when it was taking place. What more could I have done? What more can I do now? I'm calling you, I'm telling you that I'm knowledgeable about plants, I'm knowledgeable about trees. Something's affecting their immunity. think it's my responsibility to pay for the testing.
No. No, I agree.
You know, if you want to have a real gander of it, come down Lily Lake Road. Just outside of Bonnecourt. It's unbelievable.
Have you talked to the county at all regarding some of these issues at all? Sturgeon County and wherever your other complaints are, because they're also involved with, anybody that has permits for pesticides and spraying and that kind of stuff, so...
Well, I believe this is collecting in our environment. This isn't farmers all over the place being a nut. This is collecting in our rainwater. It has to be. I can't figure it out. But I'm telling you, in the forest, the bees are gone. They're gone. And there's no farmers. So people can blame the neonicotinoids or whatever they're called and blame the pesticides and all these things, but I'm not near a farmer where I'm standing right now. And I see 3 tamarack that's bark fell off last fall. And they're only 42 years old. And their bark is gone. They were perfectly healthy the year before. We've got young poplar here. Poplar's so hardy. My gosh, you can cut them half down, tip them over, and they'll still live. These things are in the water. There's no drought. There was no drought last year. I've looked and looked to find what causes all the centers of the trees to turn red. I can't find anything. That alone is a huge indicator that something's wrong in these last couple of years. We've been having a problem with the spruce and the pine, yet it's, everybody's just, there goes another one. Like, good gosh, we've got to stop whatever we're doing. We're not going to have coniferous trees left here. And if we're not reporting it and investigating it, how can we stop it?
Oh, that's fair enough. Okay, well, what would you like me to do? I'll throw it back to you then. Do you want me to come out and have a look and you can show me around, or what would you like? One of my EPOs to do that? Has that ever happened out your way?
I've done that 3 times. See, I've spent a lot of my time last year with you guys. And I collected samples to only be mocked. Like, I don't feel like doing that again, but I just cannot sit in my home and watch this while nobody does anything. And, the tree, call the city of Edmonton, ask them how many trees they replaced this year. They're being devastated. Like, I just don't understand why it takes me calling. I shouldn't even need to call.
Well, I agree, you shouldn't have to. But I guess, there's no quick, easy fix for this stuff, right, Jody? It's gonna, whatever the process is, if we're talking like north central Alberta, like, I can't wave a magic wand and make all this stuff go away. But it is people like you that keep us in check, keeps the industry in check, right?
Well, obviously not, though.
Well,
industry is not in check at all. Not farming, not petro, none of it. Because the farmers, they have to follow the instructions on the bottle. Well, the bottle says 0 wind. 0 wind. That farmer wasn't following those instructions.
Yeah.
And nobody did anything. And even now, 2 years later, you come out, you can visibly see where he sprayed those trees. And I'm telling you now again, but nobody will do anything. I've got it on videotape. You can see him spraying the trees. You can see the spray going into the trees. And now the trees are dead. whereas that spray was flying into healthy trees. So if you'd like to look at that file too, that's down Highway 2, just by Legal Corner.
Okay.
That would keep a farmer in check. That would be industry. We keep having a yellow substance cover our ground. I'm told that there's an open sulfur pile out by Gibbons. Why would we permit that? The winds pick it up and carry it all over us here. It could be perhaps sulfur doing this to the plants. You know, I'm grasping at straws, but it's time that it is investigated. If we leave this many more years, we've lost the bees. I'm telling you, they're all but gone in the forest.
Well, there's plenty around my house. I live in St. Albert, so...
Yeah, well, there's none out here. None. We know it's a huge problem. We know that the bees are dying. And yet we just forge forward. And that's got to be 14 years that we've been playing the bee death game. Now they're just about gone in the wild, too. Like, it's not even just about the honeybees. So, I don't know. But we have to find out what's killing the trees, because we don't have trees, we don't have bees. It's not going to be a pretty nice place to live, if we can survive at all.
Well, I agree. Okay, Jody, well...
So if you truly want to know, I would like if you would test the plants for pesticides. Test them for the toxic elements. Test them for those VOCs. You know? They're falling dead. If you drive out of Edmonton on Highway 28, you'll come across 2 trees that were fully leafed out that have just fallen right over with a funny yellow color on their leaves. I'm not sure if, like, I have cut down many trees, and I've actually been documenting it this year because I think it's important people see what happens to a healthy leaf when it's cut off of water. Because I don't think we're in a society now, everybody's so busy on their phones and their computers that they don't even know what a tree does in drought. Yeah. So,
you know, we need probably some forest health experts, right? Like,
yes.
You know, I'm not a forest health expert that way, so...
Well, you know what? I read an article of a forest health guy in the Edmonton Journal this year, and he said that we need to maintain the forests. And the forests are just overgrown, and that's what's killing them. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We haven't maintained the forests all these thousands or millions of years. That's not what's killing the forest. We are, with our pollution. And it's, you know, for someone who's supposed to have a degree in forest biology, that really freaked me out. And what about all the landscaping trees? What's their problem? They're not cramped. They're not fighting for nutrients with the other trees in the forest. You know, it's not just the forest that's dying here. Like I said, the city of Edmonton, wow. They have replaced a lot of trees in these last 2 years. Incredible. There, if you don't even want to leave the city, drive down 153rd Avenue. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that you're going to look into this and do what you can.
Yeah, I just know, you know, I'm not trying to be the bureaucratic stuff, but we have certain resource restrictions for doing this kind of stuff. I really wish, Jody, I had a lot of my staff to investigate this stuff, but it is a priority with us, so I'll just...
But you don't need a lot of staff. You need one person to take a drive.
Yeah.
And they'll go, oh my gosh, if they know anything about tree health. And then we should find out what's doing it.
Okay.
What's weakening the immunity of every plant in this area.
So can you send me some locations and stuff like that?
I would love to. I'd love to. If you want to give me an email address, I'll send you to the places that I'm talking about.
Okay, that's a start, right? Let's start with that.
Thank you.
So it's John. Dot Collins, Collins.
Okay.
And at just at gov.ab.ca. This is typical government email address.
Okay. Sounds really good, John.
Yeah, Jody, but I'm passionate about the environment too, right? That's why I got into this business. So I do want to see us do right by all this stuff, but it's resource allocations that I just don't have right now. But we're going to do our best to help you out, okay, Jody?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We'll stay in touch, okay?
Okay, sounds really good, John. Thank you.
Thanks, Jody.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
That was recorded July of 2015. That man never got back to me.